Let's head into Discord and we are going to have a conversation. We are going to have a conversation. All right, AB. I'm in streaming and friends. I'm in streaming and friends.
What up?
My brother. What up? What up?
You know,
All
same
right.
shit, different toilet, man.
Oh boy. I think today was like the first time in a long time that I've seen a lot of people collectively. Of course, there were some outliers, and one of them, is formerly cool with. He's always a contrarian. But there was a general consensus today about Lil Wayne and this album. And the majority of people said that this album was not good. Other people use other words like ass, trash, those standard words when you don't like something. But I was very surprised, actually. I was surprised, but not surprised. I was surprised that the people who held on to Lil Wayne's legacy for so long finally came to terms. Like there were some of those people who came to terms. It was like, damn, like, all right, my goat might be cooked. And then there were those folks who already understood that maybe Wayne's catalog, especially the Carters, we'll focus on the Carters. We'll get into his other endeavors like his mixtape era, which is undeniably one of the best ever. His feature run, which was undeniably one of the best ever, especially how many features that he did during that time period. So we're not gonna talk about those, but specifically talking about the Carters, and then we could sprinkle in the other collaboration albums. But when we're talking about the Carters, I think there were some people who understood that like after Carter 3, arguably he started to falter off. There are some people still gonna argue maybe the Carter 4, like I'll give the Carter 4 a little bit of grace there. But the Carter 5, definitely I don't hear anybody talking about it at all. Like there is only a select few people. But the Carter 6, man, this for the anticipation that Wayne himself gave, the promotion, all during the Super Bowl, that whole issue with Kendrick Lamar, him crying, who want to be on the Super Bowl because it's New Orleans, blah, blah, blah. But for him to come out with this and for the general public to like shit on it like this, I was like, damn, like that's crazy. So like we gotta have a talk, AB. Before I get into my own opinions and like start deep diving into these tracks, what did you think about the album?
Bro, honestly, I was disappointed. I was highly disappointed. And going into it, I had low expectations, because I wasn't a fan of the last two Carters. I wasn't a fan of Carter 4. I wasn't a fan of Carter 5. And Wayne to me has been like in basketball terms, bro, he's been showing his age. It's
Mhm.
like watching T-Mac go from the Houston Rockets to like the Spurs and all those other teams. Watching those great players go to those teams that they look awkward in the jersey. And when it comes to Wayne, it's just like I know the lyrical capability is there. Like that's kind of a skill that just don't go away. Like, and then when we hear him on some of these feature verses, he killed. He
Mhm.
had a good verse with Flagene. So I was like, okay, maybe he might be, back in the groove of things. So when I was listening to this, I was expecting more of that. And when I didn't get that, and it leaned more into like, to me, this album shouldn't have been the Carter 6. This should have
Mhm.
been the Rebirth Part 1 or 2, whichever. Like, this should have been another Rebirth album because that's what it sounded like. He gave us
Mhm.
fucking Bono from YouTube, bro. Like when I was started hearing them rock songs, it took me back to when I thought I was gonna get the hip hop Lil Wayne, and he gave us a rock album, and I was like, "What the fuck is this, bro?"
Shout out to
Like,
Raha. What a horse
so
emotion.
I just I couldn't rock with it, bro. That shit was not for me, bro.
Yeah. And I think again, the people who also shared the same sentiment thought the same thing. They thought it shouldn't have been the Carter 6. We thought that he was, experimenting with Rebirth, or what was the other rock album that he did?
I am not a human
Yeah, I'm not a
being.
human being. Yeah, we had a
Yeah.
little bit of that sprinkled in, and that's fine. But I think it kind of just messed with the overall cohesiveness of the album and what we
Hmm.
typically expect from the Carter, just that series itself. In my honest opinion, I have a really big notion that after three, it doesn't matter what it is. After three, it starts to just I don't know what it is, but once you
I
count
agree.
to three and you get after that, then you start getting into some weird territory when it comes to really anything. Like it's amazing how like things like Fast and Furious, for example, you could arguably say that like a lot of those Fast and Furious weren't as good, but for Fast and Furious to still be going on for that long and they have damn near like 10 plus, that's a feat because once you get past three, then stuff starts getting a little shaky. So I honestly thought, I mean, outside of the Carter Four, because the reason why I appreciate the Carter Four is because it gave Tech Nine, who I've known about since forever, but it put Tech
Same.
Nine on the map. Like those little interludes that he did was fire as hell. Like, and that was the best part of the Carter Four, in my opinion. So I have like a certain affinity for the Carter Four, but the Carter Five I can't I don't even remember. I don't even remember the album. That's like I don't think I have anything on my playlist. Like it doesn't exist in my opinion. So like I said, once you get past three, then it starts to get a little bit shaky. And he just started experimenting a little bit too much in my opinion. One of my personal grievances with this album overall, not just the rock songs and stuff like that. It's just the overall production. I just feel like I don't know what's going on. We're gonna go through this because I want to see every single track.
Right.
One of the tracks, oh my god, that everybody, even people who didn't listen to the album yet, was talking
That
about was
peanuts,
the snippet of Peanut. Yes,
peanuts.
man.
Oh my god, bro.
Okay, did you
TikTok is having a
did you look
fucking
up who
field
did
day
this
with that.
production, bro? Did you look up who did the production?
Let me no.
Okay,
Let me look it up right now because I gotta.
okay. Can
I
I
have it pulled up. Hold
Okay,
on,
because I'm about to tell you if I'm about to tell you, you go look it up yourself. But
bruh. I just got a feeling I'm gonna be pissed off.
okay, I was like, I was like, man, are you kidding me? Is this dead ass? Like, if this is correct, you have to be kidding me. So I'm gonna leave it up to you to go look at it
It's
first.
already the top search in.
People
It's the
wanted to
top
know.
search.
People wanted to know because they like, bro, this is the travesty going on here. So I'm gonna go through some of these other ones before AB
Who the
gets to
fuck
who
is
produced it.
Lin-Manuel
There
Miranda?
you go. There you go. Okay, chat.
It's
Lin-Manuel Miranda did this. Now, if you're not
bruh.
familiar with Lin-Manuel Miranda, if you don't have kids, then you probably won't know, or if you're not into Hamilton, because Hamilton was the biggest thing going. Lin-Manuel Miranda is one of my wife's favorite people of all time. She like just absolutely loves Lin-Manuel. Lin-Manuel got really famous because he was an actor and he also produced Hamilton, and that is the theater play. That is the theater play, one of the best selling theater plays ever on Broadway, right? He also did In the Heights. He also did a lot of stuff for Disney. So, like Moana, for example, he did that whole contract. He's dabbled in pretty much any Disney movie that you can imagine in the 21st century. So I'm more than familiar with Lin Manuel, but I would have not thought in a million years he would produce a rap song for Lil Wayne. Like, really? I I'm flabbergasted. I was like, bro, what the heck? And he wrote this too. He co-wrote it with Lil Wayne, according to Genius. I don't know if this is 100% accurate, but I
Well,
was like, bro,
co-writing, you get co-writing credits
yeah,
for
co-writing credit.
production. You get
Okay,
writers credit. So
okay.
either way, yeah.
But I'm like, bro, Lin Manuel, this is a travesty, bro. This is one of the worst beats I've ever heard. Are we trying to like recreate 6 foot, 7 foot? Like, is that what we were trying to do? Like, I don't know what the concept was in here. I don't know if they collaborated in the studio together. I don't know what happened, but this was
All right,
bad.
this my theory, right? So, boom, you already said it. Lin Manuel, you fucking with Disney, so maybe he was doing something for Disney. He in the staff room, and a kid rolled by and was like, "Yo, I got this PlayStation One emulator," and then he played some shit like Medieval or something, and he was like, "Oh, that shit fire." So then he wanted to recreate. That's the only thing I can see happening because I don't know why
Man,
the fuck he gave us this PlayStation One as beat, bro. Like this ain't even. This is like I've been seeing a lot of memes put like Sly Cooper and shit, and y'all gotta
Mhm.
put some respect on my nigga name, bro. Cause Sly Cooper beats was not this bad.
Oh,
Y'all got my
man.
nigga fucked up, bro. Jack 2, all that. Like this is a PS1 fucking medieval Tomba 2 ass beat, bro. Like
It was,
this shit
yeah.
is crazy, bro.
It wasn't good. And like I said, there are a lot of people who didn't even listen to the album. They just saw that one like snippet. They saw those clips of that song only and was like, nah, bro. Like they already made up their mind. I'm not even gonna listen to it. They're like, if this is what the entire album is like, I'm not even gonna listen to it. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them because it just wasn't good. It wasn't good. So I want to go through these. We're on Genius right now. I want to go through and see who produced all these
Oh
because I want to
Lord.
know who's the reason. Because Lin-Manuel
I
kind of told
will
me all I need to know.
I will say whoever produced so this is another thing, going back to the album. I was upset because I feel like the one song that I did like, I would have liked more if it had more like the hip hop song with Big X the Plug.
Okay,
Big X was going crazy on the
true,
hook. I
true.
would have loved a verse from him.
Thought this what we
The
gonna
fact that
get
we
to.
yeah, like the fact we didn't get a verse from him, I was upset, bro.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, I couldn't do it. And then Peanuts to an Elephant, once I heard that elephant, I damn near almost threw my headphones, bro.
I was
Mind
like,
you, I
bro,
got
why?
it in.
Why in the background? It was bad.
Didn't understand it, bro. Oh my god! And you know what's bad is the. I feel like, and I think this might be a challenge I might do for myself. I feel like all of these songs, had they had better production, would have been better received. Because
Agreed.
I saw what's the dude's name? Black Masses fucking swap the Peanuts to an Elephant beat out for Mutt from Leon Thomas, and that shit goes crazy.
Mm,
Like, damn, this shit actually sounds good, and it's crazy how much just simple production tweaks could have changed how we received this song.
yeah, yeah. Agreed. All right, so let's start off with King Carter, the first track. To say producers Manny G, Chris Townsend, and Wayne himself are credited here. Not familiar with any of those two. Are you? Manny G and Chris Townsend?
I've heard of Chris Townsend before, but I'm not
Okay.
familiar with what I can't recite none of his works.
Okay. All right. Welcome to the Carter producers. Did you say O'Neill or Neil? So on
O'Neal,
Hell, Angel on Neil. Okay, on Neil. Okay, Angel on Neil. Aponte. I'm sure it's on Neil because he looks like he's Hispanic. So, he started as an engineer for Swiss Beats. He started working. I'm not familiar with him though. Not familiar with him.
mm-mm.
Okay. All right, moving on. Bells. When we got to Bells, bro, I said, oh
I
no,
hated that song.
I hated it too, bro. I was like, please, why did we try to recreate LL Cool J here? I rock the bells. I don't understand why this was done horribly. Like you could have, I don't know, something else could have been done. So let's see who did. This was Manny G again. Okay, Wayne and Manny G. So so we're gonna blame Wayne here for if he is a producer credit, he gets blamed. And Manny G, what
Oh
the
yeah,
hell happened? It was.
it was just bad, honestly.
And LL Cool
That's
J was a
all I can
writer.
really say.
Oh my god. Okay, it said LL Cool J,
Well,
Rick
he has to
Rubin.
be.
Yeah, so they right. Okay, because of that,
He
man.
has to because they have to credit the original sample. And since
Okay,
he sampled from them, they get writer's credit. So
okay.
that's
All right.
about it.
But yeah, that was
Yeah,
bad. So, all right, Manny G and Wayne. I don't know what's
terrible.
going on. Okay. So hip hop. This was the first song that I actually liked. So Infamous,
Hmm.
Ben Billions, Einer Banks, and Cinco. So Cinco, you said
Never
he's from the
heard of
Bay.
any of them
Yeah,
people.
Cinco said he's from the Bay though. He did. Let's say he did Rap Star. What is that song? He did Rap Star. Oh, Rap Star by Polo G. Okay, he did that song. Okay, so I at least know that one. All
I
right,
don't know where that nigga is from.
let's see.
He must
Einer
be from.
Banks. What did he do? He also did Rap Star, Frito Bang. Let's see. No Introduction, Central C,
They
Suicide. So he
must
worked
be
with Polo.
they like what do you call it? Like B stars type of niggas.
Yeah,
They
that's what it
collab
sounded like.
on yeah.
That nobody really like super notable, but they've worked with artist. Okay, he worked with Wayne in the past. All right. So but I like that beat though. That beat was cool. Sharks. This one was okay,
It
but
was
I didn't really like
alright.
the hook.
Yeah.
I didn't like the hook as much. Oh man, this one with Boy Wonder though. This was Boy Wonder. Fierce. I know what Fierce is. Shout out to Fierce.
God damn it.
FGC. But yeah,
Yeah,
Boy
Fierce
Wonder,
is
man.
good.
Oh man. I feel like they could have did a little better on that one. Or maybe
That's
just
the whole Drake. That's all the Drake peoples basically.
Yep, that's Drake people right there.
Fierce is a good, like, he's a cool producer, but I need that nigga to stay off Twitter because he be dick eating a little too much.
But he in the camp, like, you know he gonna do it.
I mean, yeah, but you ain't got to dick eat that hard. You could just not be. You could just be quiet.
Try to be neutral. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like and that's the thing. That's the problem with producers nowadays is that niggas is getting signed to artists. So now you got to be that artist's best. You know what I mean? Biggest fan. Whereas back in the day, nigga, the producer was just the nigga behind the scenes. Producers got to be seen now. Like, fuck out of here, bro. Shut up.
Yeah, I hear that. All right, so yeah, it was okay, but I feel like that song could have been better. And again, with better production, I feel like it would have been a little
and
better.
I hated the fact Jelly Roll was on there. Like, I'm cool, bro.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Jelly Roll fan. I was like kind of like messing with Jelly Roll back when he was rapping, but I'm not a fan of the country Jelly Roll. But shout out to him, at least made it big. Switching up his genre. All right, Band for Men though. This was another one that I'm like, bro, can we why? Why did we do this? I get the concept, but it was just executed not good in my opinion.
Terribly. Because he tried to recapture that because he's already got a band from New Orleans.
Facts.
The song.
Facts.
Yeah, so he tried to capture that mixtape feel with that song, and it just didn't go over well. Like I don't think the beat was fit what he was trying to do.
All right, so producer for this one, The Night After and Camo. Not familiar with any of them either.
The Night After sounds familiar as fuck, but I don't know.
They're formerly known as Rio. Okay, so they're a tag team, a production duo, Rio and Camo. All right, so yeah, I'm not familiar with any of them. Okay, then we get to The Days by Wayne and Bono. So again, not needed in my opinion. Again, it's Bono, but what does that have to really do with you, Wayne? I don't know. And the Carter itself, it was just a highly skippable song in my opinion.
For real.
So let's see, the red one and DVLP. So not familiar with them either.
They look like they probably aren't hip hop producers,
which would make sense for this song, but he's done no
one red one is like a lot of his is Lady Gaga, so I'm seeing here like I'm
popular song though. They're Wayne. They say he did Fireman, okay.
He did Fireman. Oh, he probably did the what do you call it, the melody.
Yeah, Rap God. He did Blunt Blue and K-pop, Rich Forever, Rick Ross. So yeah, he's contributed to some a lot of
hip-hop songs. Rap God.
Yeah, he did Rap God. And Red One, like you said, Red One is not hip hop. He did Nicki Minaj, Lady Gaga, a lot of Lady Gaga, Jennifer Lopez. So okay, so he's definitely not. Okay. Cotton Candy. This is another song that I was like, okay, I feel like it could have been a little bit better, but I could stand this song just because 2 Chainz mainly. All right, Manny G.
2 Chainz went that's another thing, like the features kind of saved this album from being complete shit, if we being real.
Yep, agreed.
Weird for a Wayne album, bro. We're so used to Wayne outshining people on the track that for him to get outshined on his own album was insane to me.
All right, hold on for 1 second. I hear my daughter going on. She's probably tripping out. And give me one more. I'll be right back.
Yep. What up, chat?
Man, don't have kids, chat. Don't have kids. This, oh my God, this girl started just a demon came out of her, boy.
She's 5, right?
Huh? Yeah, she's 5.
Yeah, she's 5. Because I think she's the same age as my son. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh
it's
my,
about that time, boy.
it's bad, man. It's bad. All right. Let's continue. All right, so we're at number 9, right? Flex Up. Okay. Damn,
Yeah,
like
we have Flex Up.
it's crazy because like I don't even like once we start getting to the second half, it's only a certain amount that I like remember at this point. All right,
They all
so
start getting trash, and
yeah,
like
for
this
real.
is really where it just started getting real bad, bro.
Hmm.
Um, Flex Up was one of them ones where I barely remember the song.
Yeah, seriously.
I, like I had to go look at lyrics, and I was like, oh, this is another one of those songs I skipped like
Hmm.
halfway through. I was like, yeah, I can't listen to this shit no more.
Yeah. So
Like,
so let's see, producer on this, Rex Kudo, Crawling
I've never
Handsome,
heard of these niggas, bro.
and Bobby Raps. I know who Bobby Raps is. I didn't know that he produced as well.
Produced, yeah.
Right, so rapper, singer,
I've
music producer, and sample maker. Okay.
I've heard Bobby rap, but I, yeah, nah.
Okay.
I'm looking at a lot of these guys' production credits, and hell nah, bro.
I have a lot of like random
Yeah,
songs
this,
that I'm like, huh, I'm like, what did you again? It's you can do one thing and just do some horns, some keys and you'll get a production
yeah, and
credit.
you
But
get right exactly. You do some hi hats on some shit, you can get a production credit.
yeah. And say Rex Kudo, what did you do? So Post Malone, Juice World, Uzi Vert, The Weeknd, Young Thug. So yeah, like it's just, yeah, so, yeah, a lot of these people work with a lot of people, but they're not like super well known though. He said Rex is cool too. Yeah. Okay. All right. Next is Island Holiday. Oh, we got Manny G a lot on this album, I see. Manny G a
Yeah,
lot.
I noticed that.
Julian Monroe. Julian Monroe. Let's see. So Kodak, okay, makes sense. You're from Miami. Young Boy, Wayne, a lot of Wayne. So it's in the first time we work with him. So okay. All right. Loki's theme. Oh, DJ Clue. Okay. DJ Clue, Rizzo, Amiri, and Julian Monroe again, and Manny Galvez.
So Julie Monroe and Manny G.
Okay.
Is Manny G and Manny Galvez the same person?
I don't think so. No. It might be though. It seemed like it would be. Let me see. Is it? Like, why is it showing Manny G sometime Manny Galvez? It has to be the same person. Hold on, Manny G's musician. It's not showing the same picture here though. So hold on, let
It's
me.
not.
Nah, it has to be different people. That's just weird though. Both of y'all Manny G. But one goes by, I'm assuming his full name, Manny Galvez. Another one's just Manny G. Yeah, they're different people. Okay. All right. Aiden Amiri. Okay, he's more of he produced albums. I mean, songs for himself. So okay. But yeah, he's not an American artist or producer. So okay. All right. And then if I play guitar, we
That
have
shit was terrible.
Mark Lowe and Mitty Jones.
Them niggas, whoever they are,
Let's see, what has
never
Mark Lowe done? Let's see.
close FL Studio. Um, take your entire laptop and just turn that shit in. Go down to motherfucking. You know what? Matter of fact, go to Guitar Center, fill out an application, and just go from there, bro.
Man,
That shit was not it, boy. Oh my god.
yeah, it was bad. And then Penis or Elephant, we already did. I just want to look. Let me see what Genius says for his artist credits. It has all Hamilton. It's a popular song. Of course it does. All Hamilton, bro. Let me see what else. Let's look at here. All Hamilton, of course, and Moana. So, like I said, bro, like if you ain't familiar with Lin-Manuel, it's just all Hamilton. That's his best known work. Moana is probably, in my opinion, his second most popular.
This song just pissed me off again, bro.
He did Encanto, like he also did that whole soundtrack. I'm just like, bro, but
This shit just
apparently,
pissed me off
he did
one
the
more
Lion
time.
King, the latest Lion King, In the Heights. So like I said, bro, this was so like random, bro, so random. So
I'm so mad right now, bro.
if you also want to blame Lin-Manuel for that one,
I am. Oh, I am for sure. Like this nigga got me so fucked up, bro. Like I'm so mad right now. Like it pisses me off, bro. Cause that beat was just so. It wasn't even like it was like a bad song. Cause like when you listen to the acapella, it's like a lot of these songs. If you listen to the actual song and it's like the acapella, it's not bad. It's
right?
just like the beats fucking suck, bro. Like they're terrible, and it's like who the fuck was in his camp that couldn't just been like, hey, you know what? We're gonna go with this beat instead because I like what you did with that. We're just gonna switch the beat up a little bit.
You ain't gotta like just tell like it sucks, but like somebody could have altered it. If you want to stick with it, told another different beat. Like, was that all that you had, Lin-Manuel? Like, was that it right there? Y'all like, yeah, we got this. Was this a favor? Maybe it was a favor. I don't know. Like, I don't know. They like Lil Wayne going to like be a feature on like the next Disney movie or something. Is he going to do Broadway? Like, I don't know.
I have no idea, bro. But what I can say is that if whoever his executive producer was, they need to not do that shit ever again, bro. Like they should never executive produce another album.
Yeah, I agree. All right, then we get to Roaring. I heard people saying I ain't like this song either. This one was okay, but they ain't nothing.
It was all right.
Yeah. So Weezy, you already know Weezy. Weezy out of here. Legend in Atlanta, and Bobby Raps again. So they were both on this one.
The one thing I will say about Rory is the beat is okay.
Yeah. Usually Weezy, he's in my opinion, like I like a lot of Weezy beats, so he usually is.
Yeah.
You know, he hits more than he misses to me. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like him and Thug and Gunna. Yeah. Then we get to Maria. I don't know about you, AB, but I like Maria, bro. Wyclef was kind of sliding. I don't know. I just did like the Maria in the background. I understand, but Maria, like I get that, but I actually liked it. I like Wyclef on this song, and I wasn't expecting it to be that type of song. When I heard that Wyclef was going to be a feature on here, I wasn't expecting Wyclef to be rapping his ass off. Like,
I couldn't make it all the way through the song to Wyclef's verse because that Maria part.
You didn't like it in the background. Yeah.
I couldn't make it all the way through his shit. I was like, all right, I'm over this blood. Like, I'm cool.
Wayne went 2 for 19. What up, 50 bucks?
I to this day haven't heard. I have not heard Wayne's verse on that song because I skipped it. I was like, damn. Yeah. Like, I was going through it and I'm listening and I'm just like, this shit ain't it for me. Like, you right. He was kind of sliding on that hoe, but I just couldn't do it, bro. I was like, this beat is killing. Like, it was hella funny, and this is why I wanted to have this conversation. For a while, I felt like you, bro. Like how you always say, bro. Like sometimes the beat will just take you out the song where you like, I just can't fuck with this, and that's how I felt, and I feel like I'm doing a disservice to it. But, bro.
Yeah, no, so honestly, some songs I just cannot listen to. I don't care if you are my favorite rapper, my favorite artist of all time. If I'm not messing with the beat, bro, I'll just skip it. And it's like, it's whatever, bro. Like, if I'm just not feeling it, if I'm not bobbing my head, like in the first 10 to 30 seconds, then I'm just going to move on. I can just tell if I'm not going to like the song. I don't care what you're saying on it. So that's just how I generally go about it. But I listened to this one though. I didn't think the beat was terrible, but I felt like sometimes, especially if you're doing like a concept song or a flip on something, if the main reason like why you want people to know that this is like a flip or a concept of a song is overpowering what the artist or artists are saying, then you need to either remove it or just tone it down. And in your case, you didn't even want to listen to the whole song because the Maria in the background was
Mm-hmm.
just overpowering you. And so I'm like, I wonder when like the engineer, right, is going over this track and fine tuning it, why do they not hear that? And it's like, hey man, maybe this is too loud. Maybe
Oh,
we should tone it down so that it's not overpowering the production, the beat, and it's not overpowering the artists themselves, or make a suggestion to just remove it altogether.
that's a great fucking question, JG, and I wish I had a question answer for you, but for some reason they just I don't know, bro. Like so when you're engineered, all you can do is what the client asks of you.
Hmm.
For real. And with Wayne being Wayne, I'm pretty sure his engineers was just like, all right, well, fuck it. If this what he want, this what he want. I'm not gonna do too much. I'm just gonna do what he asked me to do.
Hmm.
And then you also got, you know, the actual producer trying to tell you that's where the executive producer is supposed to come in and be like, nah, this is what we're doing. But he ain't do that shit. So I don't know, man. Maybe that's the sound they was going for. You know, at the end of the day, which why I don't know, but
Yeah.
that's the only thing I can think of is that this is the sound they was going for, and they chose to go with that design. You know, whether it was a flaw or not, and I don't know, bro.
Yeah, just a weird one. So producers on here: Wyclef Jean, Lil Wayne, and Wavy Boy. I do not know who Wavy
I'm
Boy is.
blaming Wavy. I'm blaming Wavy Boy for all of this. Sorry, I don't know who you are, but you're getting all the blame for Maria for
Wavy
that
Boy
loud
only
ass.
has 8 songs, 8 songs on here, and 4 of them are Wyclef. So this, I wouldn't assume this is Wyclef's boy.
Yep, yep, Wavy Boy, you're the fall guy. Sorry, but you're the reason why that song did not hit for me.
Oh man. All right, number 16, Being Myself. So Manny Fresh, you already know it's Manny Fresh. It's featuring Manny Fresh, and Manny Fresh
You
produced it.
know,
So, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. There's no denying that Manny Fresh, I mean, not only for Wayne, but for Cash Money, period, was very instrumental in all of their growth. And in Lil Wayne's specific case, and especially in the beginning, the block is high, 400 degrees, even leading up to the Carter one.
hmm
Manny Fresh, he couldn't miss. He couldn't miss. But this particular song, I was like, damn, I was kind of expecting something a little bit better from Manny Fresh. I don't know if you had the same opinion.
hmm Nah, I mean, it didn't sound like a Manny Fresh beat to me.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, agreed.
to be honest, it sounded like Manny Fresh trying to be somebody else, as opposed
Hmm.
to Manny Fresh being Manny Fresh. But I don't know, man. Like I was looking forward to it when I saw it coming up. I was like, okay, this might be some fire. I was expecting, some this is the Carter type joints, you know what I'm saying?
Facts,
Like
facts.
I was like, okay, we might get a generational slap.
Hmm.
And then when I heard it, I was like, why is this nigga leaning into some like New York esque soul fucking boom bap chop? Like it sounded like some Midwest soul. Actually, it didn't even sound like New York. It sounded like Detroit, Chicago esque type Common. It sounded like some shit Common would rap on, bro. Like, and I
Hmm.
just wasn't. I didn't want that.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. So yeah, yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. It didn't. This was Manny Fresh, but it didn't sound like Manny Fresh. Yeah, it sounded like you're trying to be
Yeah,
somebody else. Yeah. So it was underwhelming in my opinion, especially from what we would typically get from these two. So yeah, I don't know what again when they were in the studio together. Hopefully they were in the studio together because maybe it may have just been Manny Fresh
yeah,
just
that could have
skipping
been
over a
that.
beat.
And
He
send it.
may have
Yeah,
very well just shipped it
it could.
over like man, whatever. Like I would just give you some
It,
like just because you asked for it, but I don't know.
yeah, it could have been an email collab like a motherfucker. And if that was the case, that would, you know. And then also like a lot of times when you working and you in project mode, you in album mode, like most artists ask for packs, like they'll ask for beat packs. So like the A&R that I fuck with, one of my partners, he A&R for Yo Gotti label. Whenever he need beats for whatever artist, he'd be like, send a pack through,
Mm.
and they'll send like 10, 15 beats, and I'm pretty sure this probably wasn't the only beat he got from Manny Fresh, but this is the one he chose. So now I'm looking at it like that too. Like out of all, I'm pretty sure Manny Fresh sent him a handful of beats to choose from, and this is the one he chose. Now I'm looking at it like who's in his ear choosing these beats, like who is helping him with the beat selection, because ultimately this is where this album misses me. Like
Hmm.
the beat selection was fucking terrible, and I haven't heard Lil Wayne beat selection this bad in a long time.
Yeah, yeah, I can't think of an album where like it was just this bad. Like the majority of it, I could see like maybe three,
A
four,
couple, like
five
two or
out of
three tracks,
yeah.
yeah.
But like, damn, like it's a majority here on this album. So I don't know. Like it just makes me feel like this was rushed. And like you mentioned before,
Hmm.
maybe this shouldn't have been the Carter Six. Maybe this should have been, again, another Sorry for the Wait or something, or
Yeah, this could have
Rebirth.
easily been Rebirth 2. I'm telling this, if this was Rebirth 2, it would not be judged nearly as hard by Wayne fans and the masses, because we have that familiarity with the Rebirth and how that album was. So a lot of people would be like, "Oh, if it's a Rebirth album, I'm not even going. I wasn't fucking with him when he was on that shit anyway, so I'm
Mm,
cool."
yeah,
Honestly, though, you did bring it up. It does sound more like a "I'm not a human being." Like in that series, this could have been number 3 in that, and it could have been one of those, because Rebirth was like damn near all rock, whereas fucking I think I Am Not a Human Being was like more experimental than the Rebirth was, and I feel like that's probably where he should have went with this. It shouldn't have been the Carter Six.
yeah, yeah. So that's that. And
Baby
then
Boy might never work again. Facts.
yeah, and then we have Moonlight Comment. Now, I have never heard Wayne's son rap. I don't know if anyone else in the
Yeah,
chat has, but this is my first official introduction to Wayne. Wayne's son, his name is Lil Novi. And I'm going to give you the same criticism that I gave Drake's kid. Maybe this was just a bad time. I mean, you had one of the greatest lyricists of all time as a pops, but you need to give it some time, let it bake, because I get it. It's your kid, but it's gonna be a no for me, dog. It's gonna be a no for me. The auto
like
tune
it.
was plentiful and it sounded terrible.
Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, that's a pet peeve of mine now. Like now, since I've been trying to engineer and shit, just like, bro, turn the wet knob down, bro. Like it don't got to be that high. Turn the wet knob down, dog.
Yeah, it
Like
was
that
bad.
shit was. Oh, see, this is you had walked away when I had came to this conclusion. Like I feel like this year was the year of nostalgia for rap albums,
Mm,
because you had Christian Orange Juice 2,
okay.
you had Step Brothers for Life,
Okay.
and now we get the Carter Six. And it seemed like each one of those artists was trying to chase that reason we fell in love with them. And then this shit just, I don't know, bro. Like you can tell he's trying to be that same Wayne that he was back in like 2007 or 2006 to 2012, and it's like he's using them same flows, them same cadences, that same rhyme scheme, the
Mm,
same way he delivered his punchlines. And it's like, bro, we've evolved from those punchline schemes a long time. Like, bro, that Wang ding ding wing wong ding ding fucking dong bar pissed me off so bad, bro. Like that shit pisses me. Like some of these bars, I was reading them. I'm like, dog, this shit used to be elite back in 2007. This shit is trash, bro. What the fuck is this? I could write some of these bars.
man, I've seen people literally trying to defend it. They was like, "Yo, he said this shit hard." I'm like, I think again, it's just nostalgia. Like you're picking out a couple of cool
Yeah,
Wayne lines, and we know we're going to get that. It's Wayne, but look at the subject matter that he's saying. Like, how many times we want to hear about how many different ways that Wayne can eat pussy? Like, I get it.
yeah,
It's cool, but he's just like any other artist. I'm not going to completely like just shit on him for that because there are plenty of artists who have talked about the same thing for years. Future, for example, but I think Future
Right.
again with the way that
Shit,
he
Drake.
comes out, they constantly comes out. Yeah, like it. I think it's just different because Future knows his lane and he has not changed since he came out. He has not tried anything different besides singing. Like we know he can get on his slow stuff, but we know exactly what we're going to get when we hear a Future album. Wayne, I appreciate and I will never shit on somebody trying different things, but if it don't work the first time, I don't think you should continue to try it. That's in my opinion.
I agree. I agree. And then I just feel like I don't know, bro. Like I feel like he's trying so hard to prove he still got it, and also he wanted to put something out so he can, so he will never be denied that opportunity again.
Mhm.
But it's like, bro, that ship sailed, and you kind of like imagine. I'm just thinking about like imagine if this nigga was performing this shit at the Super Bowl,
I
bro.
bro, I'm saying. But somebody tried to argue with me. It was like, what does this album have to do with this whole his whole discography? I was like, look, people live in the now and y'all have to understand whether y'all want to admit it or not. Last year was arguably Kendrick's biggest year ever of him as an artist, period.
Right.
Now, again, I understand it's because of the beef and they say, oh, Drake stimulus package, Drake stimulus package. It doesn't matter. He still was the best artist of that year. Like he could not be denied.
Facts.
And that is the reason why he got the nod. Like it's really not that hard to understand. You know, people were trying to constantly discredit and dismiss Kendrick for how he got that nod. It was like, oh, you're trying to pin on him because blah, blah, blah. But that is the reason why. I'm not saying that that's the case every time with every artist that gets chosen for the Super Bowl, but that was a huge contributor
Right.
as to why he got chosen. Now, Wayne, on the other hand, imagine if this would have came out last year, especially during the whole beef.
Oh my God.
I think it still would have killed any opportunity for him to be considered to perform in the Super Bowl. Again, he doesn't have to perform these songs, but generally, if you come out with something, people are going to expect at least one or two songs. Now, what songs can we name off of here that would have been a premier single that he will perform? It's not gonna be Peanuts to an Elephant. People will fucking laugh at you. What other song
Oh
could he
my
perform
God. If
here?
he performed that, I'm jumping off the Golden Gate, bro. I can't see my goat go out like that. I'm sorry.
But this is what I'm talking about, and people are already arguing, okay, what song will he perform in the Super Bowl? People keep mentioning Lollipop, people keep mentioning, Fireman, like those 6 foot, 7 foot. I get it. We do want to hear those songs, but will he be able to draw the crowd by himself? I'm not saying that he has to do it by himself, but would he be able to do this by himself? If this album would have came out last year, it would have completely shit on anybody having any argument that Wayne should have done the Super Bowl this year. Any argument.
Mm,
But this still, even after that, if we're talking about next year, I think this is still going to do the same thing. I don't think anybody's going to consider him for doing the Super Bowl now in the future. I don't think he's ever going to do it. And if he does do it, he's going to be a featured artist. I don't think he's ever going to get that opportunity, especially after this, to do it by himself. But that also leads me to the whole and I'll get past the rest of these songs before we get into it. But Wayne's discography, and how we truly feel about that. We already touched on it a little bit after quarter three, then it starts to kind of falter off. But we got to have a serious conversation about Wayne's discography outside of his mixtapes and those random collabs like the one he did with 2 Chainz and like the random one he did with Rich the Kid. And I don't think anybody expected that shit to come out. It wasn't terrible, but it was just like, well, what the hell? Like I didn't understand why that happened. So we're gonna have to have a serious conversation about Wayne's discography and is it truly elite outside of again everything else that Wayne had done in his career, which again had been utterly legendary. And I don't think anybody can deny him like for his mixtape run and his feature run that he did back in the day. Um, so just to go on the producers for Moonlight comment, it's Adams
that's
Awake and
deep.
Keyboard Kid. Uh,
See, and that's another thing. I've never heard of any of these guys. Like,
Keyboard Kid, his popular songs are all Lil B songs.
I've never heard of this nigga, bro.
Interesting. Yeah, it said, oh, he born in Hawaii and moved to
Oh, he's
Seattle.
from Seattle.
Yeah, at
Oh, he
age
a
6.
Seattle nigga. That makes sense.
Okay, so yeah, so he did that, and then Adam's Awake. Did a song with Key. I don't know who Bear One Boss is, but he did a lot of songs with him. So yeah, I'm not familiar with him at all. So
The one
yeah,
thing I will give him, like, silver lining, he is getting these no name producers. For not to say that these guys ain't got no names, because I don't know these guys. I just never heard of these guys. I'm not trying to disrespect none of everybody as a producer who really ain't got no name.
mm,
All power to him. But I do appreciate that he is reaching out and trying to give the new niggas love that we don't know about, because we clearly don't know who any of these niggas is.
yeah,
But the problem is I wish they would have came better with the beats, so we could be
hmm
like, yo, who made this track, so I could go look to it. Because the only person so far whose beats that we liked was fucking Wheezy and whoever did hip hop, Jay Jones. Them the
yeah.
only, or no, excuse me, not James Jones,
Ben Billions,
Infamous
Infamous,
and Ben
yeah,
Billions.
Cinco, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
them the only
It's up
people
there.
that, you know. And so it's like it's hard to, yeah, bro. I don't know, dog.
Yeah, it's bad. All right, and then we get to Alone in the Studio with My Guns. This was featuring MGK and Kodak. Um,
Terrible.
this was another one I heard people say that
Terrible
MGK
feature.
did better than Wade on this one. I was like, man. I've seen some people say that Kodak did okay, but again, it was something that I could barely get through. I could barely get through it, especially the hook. I was like, nah, not for me, bro. Not for me. So Mod Sun and No Love for the Middle Child produced this one. And Mod Sun, he says it has Avril Lavigne, Bella Thorne, G-Eazy. And then he produced for himself. So that's his popular songs. No Love for the Middle Child, he has produced for MGK. And a bunch of people I never heard of. Grandson, okay, he did Jelly Roll. He did MGK, of course. He did a Juice WRLD track. Oh, he did Meek Mill. He did an intro for me. Enter on Championships. Okay.
They're on championship, so
Okay. So
what's up,
he's
nephew?
dabbled in the rap world too.
Talking about music.
Okay. And then finally we have written lyrics. So this was also Wheezy, Alex Lustig,
Hmm.
and Harley
I've
Arsenault.
heard of, and Harley is from OVO nigga.
Okay, yep,
Alex,
Canadian recording engineer. Yep.
I think he OVO too.
Yep. So all these Drake tracks. Yep. You can see them Central C.
Yeah.
Yep. So that all tracks. Alex. Yep. I also. Yep. So yep. This is all Drake here. All Drake.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yep. Yep. He built close out with OVO camps. Yep. Both of them. Okay. Both of them Drake niggas, and then Weezy, of course. So okay. I could stand this one too. I kind of like written history. It wasn't the best, but I could
Yeah, it was
stand it.
cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was cool. So that's why I was like, it was one of them things where it's like, when the producers are actually producing, you kind of get a little bit where it's like, okay, this is all right. Like, this ain't too bad. But
yeah, but you can see the trend here, chat. Y'all can see the trend here.
mm-hmm.
The song that we typically like or could stand had Wheezy on there. And Wheezy or Infamous or Ben Billions, like, yeah, people who were more well known, who are more seasoned.
Established, yeah.
Mhm.
Established, well-known producers. And that's where I think it's because I'm pretty sure those guys that gave him beats that we didn't like probably got some heat in the tuck. That beat didn't make it to this album. Why? We will never know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But this is Lil Wayne's, I'm willing to say this is his worst produced album, bro. In my opinion.
Mm. Yeah, I would have to echo that sentiment. I would have to echo that sentiment. I think I don't think anyone would disagree with that. But yeah, I mean, I think that overall, like, this album definitely would have been better if we would have had better production. I think that's just my number one. A lot of other people's number one argument there. And then just, I mean, in my opinion, just the subject matter. Again, we already know how Wayne can spit, but it's just nothing new. Like, we didn't transcend. We didn't push the needle forward. We're just getting the same Wayne that we've got
Same old
years
shit.
ago. Yeah. And again, it's fine,
And
but
it's dated now too. That's the
yeah, it
fucked
is
up part
dated.
about it. It's like if he would have went in the booth and came with something new, it would have been like, oh, okay, but you're coming with that same dated ass shit. Like, and that's the problem. It's like at this point, Wayne just got to stick to features, bro. Like, I
Mhm.
don't want to hear a project from Wayne no more. I'd rather him just write a verse, especially if it's a party song where I ain't really looking for lyricism. Just stick to that lane because this ain't this ain't working out for him. But I'll be right back. I gotta go move my car real quick. My girl came over.
All right, bet, bet, bet. All right. So yeah, so just continue this before AB gets back. Yeah, I think that we need to have a serious conversation about the Carter. I think we need to have a serious conversation about the Carter and that whole series. Like we said before, I think that 1, 2, and 3 were, 1 and 2 undeniably were great. I had no problem with that. 3 was it was when it started to get a little shaky. Before, definitely it's when people started saying, hey man, like I don't know. Something's kind of off with Wayne, right? Something's kind of off with Wayne. And in my opinion, I think a lot of people outside of the Carter 1 and 2, they know and understand Wayne's run as a mixtape demon and a feature demon during that whole period in the late 2000s and early 2010s. And with that being said, I think that that's why they hold Wayne in a higher regard. Because one, he was rapping on other people's beats, so you didn't have a problem with that. So all the popular songs that you already knew and messed with, he rapped on damn near all of those beats back then, and he killed all of those beats. And arguably, a lot of those songs he turned into his songs just because of how good he rapped on those songs. So with that being said, I'm like him by himself, when he kind of stopped messing with Manny Fresh a little bit, I'm like, where did the problem begin? I don't think that Wayne, outside of again his run with Manny Fresh in the beginning, is a good beat picker. I just don't think that he knows how to pick really good beats. But the mixtape stuff, he picked all those beats. He even said on something like, I don't even like this beat. Like, like he said that like when it comes to loud, he would like this beat, but he still killed it. Like he knew how to at least pick other people's beats, but like him himself, it's been rough for him when he didn't have that steady producer behind him. So I mean, I think that at this point I have to put Wayne in the same category as Eminem, because even Eminem, it took me a while to come to terms after the Eminem show that, hey man, my goat at the time is washed. And I've said this for a long time and I'll say it again. Eminem has never been a good beat picker, and outside of Dr. Dre in the very beginning, Eminem cannot produce his own songs. They suck. Like almost all the beats that he produced himself has sucked, and he hasn't had that steady production again after Dre. And it is really the same effect. All those albums after Eminem show coming up to Kamikaze, in my opinion, because that's when he started messing with Take Keith a little bit. Started messing with other people outside of Dre and like the standard people who you messing with post Dre until Dre came back. They have been bad. And then, he started producing albums for himself too. And I'm like, all these beats suck, bro. Like they suck. I don't even want to listen to it. So he's in the same category, and I think we need to put Wayne in the same category as well, like outside of features. Because when he gets on features again on other people's beats, and other people's songs who have good beats, then he kills it. But when he's trying to come out with albums by himself, then we get this situation where he just picks bad beats or he picks bad producers. It's either one. So that's in my opinion. I just don't think that the Carter by itself in that catalog holds as much weight as Wayne's entire catalog. Like No Ceilings, for example, just amazing. Like everybody talks about No Ceilings. Arguably is one of his greatest mixtape. In my opinion, everybody talks about the Dedication series. Like, but Wayne has just had so many freaking mixtapes that like it's just ridiculous here. It's absolutely ridiculous. I Can't Feel My Face. We talk about that. The Drought. That's one of my favorites. I love Drought. The Drought 3 in particular is one of my favorites out of him. But when we have those series of mixtape that people can run back to, but again, a lot of that stuff outside of the other production that aren't other people's beats have been other people's beats. So, when we just use that, I'm like, all right, you talking about the mixtape, but he not rapping on his own stuff, he rapping on other people's stuff. So I think that Wayne does not have a good ear for beats, or at least not for his own. He doesn't have a good ear for beats on his own, and it's okay to admit that. Maybe he just fell short on this one. Maybe he just fell short, and we just got to chalk it up that I don't want Wayne to go out like Tiger. Out here like Tiger Woods. You have such a good legacy, and then you have these blunders, and you have so many blunders that ends up messing up your entire legacy, and then people don't want to talk about it anymore. People don't want to talk about you, and then they start crapping on you, but just because of a couple of projects that you had a dud on. So, that's my whole opinion on the situation. But yeah, I just don't think that Wayne has got it anymore. I don't think he got it in the tank anymore for his own stuff. But he can hop on some features all day. He could be like Jay-Z. He ain't gotta come out winning a project anymore. Just hop on some features. He could be like Andre 3000 outside of the flute stuff. Just do features, and you'll be good, bro. People still care about you. You're not gonna disappear from hip hop. Nobody's going to forget you. You were a legendary hip hop artist, and it's okay to experiment, but when it don't work, it's okay to stop. It is okay to stop, and it's okay to admit as a Wayne fan that he ain't got it no more, bro. He ain't got it no more. Wayne, I mean, the Carter Six was just not good, and is not worth the whole listen. There's only a couple songs on there that I like, but most of them were duds, bro. Most of them were indeed dud. So that's my opinion on it. I don't know when AB's gonna come back, but we'll talk about it a little bit if he comes back. But yeah, that's just how I feel about the Carter Six, man. Just overall review, not worth it, bro. A couple tracks are cool, but the majority of it is fortunately bad. Is unfortunately bad. Um, oh,
I'm
AB, are you
back.
back? Okay, you back.
Yeah.
All right. So
Uh,
I was saying when you left that yeah, I think that a lot of people have like a notion on Lil Wayne, like they have certain pockets that they remember. Um,
mhm,
and his mixtape series is undoubtedly one of the greatest mixtape runs ever. Like people talk about the dedication all the
facts.
time, people talk about no ceilings all the time. One of my favorites I used to listen to all the time was the Drought series. People talked about
Same.
I Can't Feel My Face. Like he had a lot of good mixtape series. But the majority of those, outside of again the other random beats that you'll hear, in all of those he was rapping on other people's beats, because that's what mixtape were. So he had a good
Right.
ear then, or he just decided, or somebody was in his ear, like, hey, like this is a hot song at this time, like go ahead and rap on this, and then he did it, and he killed all of these songs to the point where people started thinking that those were his songs. Like that's how legendary he was on these
He was.
mixtapes.
Yeah. He really is still your song from you.
Yeah,
Like,
he'll steal your song, bro, and it's crazy.
keeping it going.
So with that being said, and then of course the feature run when he was damn near on everybody's song and killing everybody's
Everybody
songs.
else's song.
You're
Yeah.
rapping, you're still rapping on their songs though, and that's their production. So they at least picked a good beat for you to rap on. But when we talk about Wayne himself and his own projects, in my opinion, when you didn't have that steady producer like Manny Fresh, that's
Manny
when we
Fresh.
started to have a little bit of like shakiness there. And again, after the Carter Three, that's when we started to fall off, in my opinion. That's when we started to falter off. So I don't know if
Mm,
you share that same sentiment. Like I said, Carter Four is kind of
nah.
hit or miss, but I
I
think that's
agree.
yeah, I think that's how we kind
I
of
agree.
kind of get here.
Because if you look at like the Carter one, most of that production was Manny Fresh. The Carter two, I think he deviated a little bit more, and it was had more of a mixed bag of producer. Like he had the Heat Makers, Cool and Dre was on a couple of them. Um, so I know that as he got further and further away from Birdman, and I don't know who was in charge of the executive, like the executive producer is the person that's going to basically help you with the beats and shit. So like I'm trying to look it up right now to see who executively produced Carter 4. So Cortez Bryant, Birdman, Mac Main, and then Slim did number 4. So that one is cool. That's why that one was like kind of getting to the edge. But if we do like Rebirth and shit, I think that was more probably him. You know, like those albums that we don't really like. I don't think. Yeah, it was Lil Wayne executive produced Rebirth. You
Mm.
know, of
Yeah,
course,
so you're doing it on his own. Yeah,
Birdman and
after.
Slim. Yeah, Birdman and Slim gonna be on there because they getting all the money, but Rebirth is Wayne. I Am Not a Human Being was Wayne and Cortez Bryant. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. I guess when he got with Cortez Bryant, that's who he's been using as his exec and letting Mac Main pick some beats. Mac Main ain't never really had a good ear for beats either. I mean,
Mm.
shit, he ain't really had a good ear for music in general. Um,
True.
like if we gonna keep it a beam, bro, he is not. Yeah, nah, we not gonna fuck with that one. But I don't know, bro. Like, what up, Cal?
Chaos is
Yo,
back.
yeah, y'all were talking about garbage. I had to get out of here.
Oh
Got right.
shit,
Uh,
yeah. You know what? I'm rolling on that. Lil Wayne's ear for beats is not good because wow. You know who the executive producer was on Carter 6?
Who? Cause I ain't see that.
Wyclef.
Oh, White Club. All right, he really to blame. He really to blame there.
God damn, that's terrible, bro.
Damn, man. Damn, White Club. Why you do that, bro?
Wyclef did that shit. Wyclef did that shit on purpose, bro.
That's a
Ain't
shame.
no fucking way, bro.
That's a shame, man.
Ain't no fucking way, bro.
So yeah, Carter 3. I mean, you got Alchemist, Bangladesh, Cool and Dre, David Banner, Infamous, like Kanye on here, Playing Skilled, Robin Thicke, Swiss BT Pain. Come on, bro.
Yeah, like
This is the difference. Like the Carter 3 arguably was probably his most like commercial album, but it was
definitely.
still good.
I would say it was.
Yeah.
I would say it was because that had Lollipop on it. That
Yep.
had Miss Officer, a Millie.
Yeah.
Like all them songs was getting played like a mother. You couldn't turn the TV without hearing one of them songs on a commercial, bro.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So yeah, this was the most commercial. Like I said, people definitely like this. It's not a, but the reason why it got a little bit of criticism is just because it sounded way different than Carter 1 and 2. But it was still a good album.
Carter 1 and 2.
Yeah, it was still a good album. But yeah, that was kind of where we got to that. But yeah, that's crazy though. So let me see. Okay, Carter 5. Let me skip all the way to Carter 5. So let's see who the main producer on this one. All right, 808, Ace Harris, Avenue B's, Ben Billions, Cool and Dre, DJ Frank. So like we started getting into like Infamous again.
It's those guys.
Manny Fresh, Manny Gal. You had the same people. You had Metro Boomin, Mike Free. Okay, Mustard on one. Oh yeah, so he started having the same people. Rio and Camo, yeah, same people. So again, like you still had some of those, like you had Swiss Beats, Zaytoven, like you still had some of those people who were notable, but you started experimenting a lot with some of these like not as known producers, and that's how you kind of get to this point. And then Carter 6, you just ran off the rails. You were like, fuck it, I'm only getting Wheezy. It really like bro, all right,
bro.
man.
Like, what are we on, dog?
Like you had a star-studded cast on Carter 3. Carter 2, you had a lot of Cool and Dre. Like even that was still great. Like I don't know, man. I don't know what happened. I truly don't. It's tough, bro. Yeah, maybe you just stop messing with that camp you messing with, bro. Like I don't know if you got some ties with them, but I don't think that was the right group to bring in for Carter 6. Like working majority with them, like you still gotta have some heavy hitter production in your album in order for it to really like sound like it, in my opinion.
And it just didn't work, bro. Like I don't know, man. I highly think that somebody wasn't wasn't not in his camp, wasn't in the right mind, you
Mhm.
know, and so they kind of sold him, bro. Like they kind of sold hard as fuck because this had an opportunity to be Wayne's comeback because the last few songs we heard of him were good songs, and
Yeah.
then we get this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't know, bro. I kind of feel some type of way.
Yeah, it's tough, man. But looking at I Am Not a Human Being 2, let's see, producers Cool and Dre, Mike Foster, David Banner. We had Juicy J. We had Mike Will made it. We had Soldier Boy, Street Runners. So I mean, again, like you can kind of tell, like even I Am Not a Human Being 2, it wasn't terrible. Like people don't talk about it as much, but it wasn't terrible.
It like they just not for me.
Yeah,
I Am Not a Human Being, the Rebirth. I'm not gonna call them bad albums because regardless, it's not my cup of taste or my cup of tea. It's not my taste. I don't really like rock albums like that. Like I do, but I like real rock, nigga. I don't want the half-ass shit. If I'm gonna listen to some rock, I'm going to some Red Hot Chili Peppers, bro. Like I don't want to hear this half-ass shit. Like you try. It reminds me of that Run DMC Aerosmith song, and I fucking hate that song, bro.
man,
Like
yeah.
I don't like that shit. So it's to me, it's like if I'm gonna go for it, I'm gonna go for it all the way. I don't like to kind of listen to the genre blends, but that's just a me thing, you know. So
Nah, I share the same sentiment too. This is why I don't want to hear like a lot of rappers like singing. Like I know again going back to the Future thing.
yeah,
Like I'm not the biggest fan of Future singing. I'm not the biggest fan of Drake singing. Like I'm just not like I just don't want to hear that. I want to hear one thing from you and that's it. You know, I get that you like pushing the genre, pushing the boundary to do a different thing. Again, I'm not going to hate on someone trying something different, but it's just not my forte. If I want to hear that specific genre, I'll hear someone who does that exclusively because I know that most likely they're
right.
going to do it better than you.
And then it's like, why not? What happened to just getting a feature? You know what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
know.
Like,
Yeah,
why we can't?
get somebody who does that.
Yeah, like why we can't just get a feature, man? Like, why we got to do all this weird shit? Like, let's just get the feature. Let's just call it a day. Let's collaborate. Because at the end of the day, like, you might just not have it, bro. That might not be your cup of tea. It might not be for you to be able to do all of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like get a real singer. Like, especially with Drake. You got Party right there.
Bro,
He finally gave us
he had
an album.
Division. Apparently, I found out that Division no longer with Drake with the
Oh
OVO.
yeah, nah.
Like
Yeah,
you had a
division,
bunch of singers
division.
behind you, bro.
He had Roy Woods. He
Right?
had heat back there. But the problem is, like with most artists, Drake didn't push them niggas.
No.
And he should have. He should have pushed them niggas. He should have pushed every single one of them boys. He should have fucked around and he should have dropped a lot more. Like he could have made way more money if he would have pushed each one of his artists. He would have made way more money pushing Roy Woods. He would have made way more money pushing a Party album. Like we've been waiting for a Party album for so long, but you don't push it. Like I don't understand it. The rollouts don't be the same. And granted, I know Drake has vested interest because he signed to UMG as well, and so they gonna push Drake as well as Drake pushing Drake. But my nigga, if you got that leverage, especially after he signed that fucking deal, you got all that leverage. Like they gonna make their money back. They want to make their money back. Why don't you be like, hey, y'all can make y'all money back even faster if we push my artist, so I can get even more money back. But then again, I guess that comes with some stipulations and sticky situations too, because you know who wants their main artist to be an executive. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. I don't know. It's very weird, but yeah, I'm rolling with my opinion. I just don't think that Wayne, like by himself,
Oh no,
not
he's
tied to
terrible.
Wayne, yeah, not tied to Birdman and Slim. I don't, and then having the production behind him, because they, I mean, it may have also contributed. I don't know like what his relationships were with like some of the producers and when he was still, completely
Yeah,
under Birdman and Slim. I'm sure that they, had a huge hand in who produced his albums as well, outside of Manny Fresh, obviously.
right,
So that
right.
may also contribute to, why the people who, especially on the Carter Six, who he had on there, maybe those were just some of the people who he just were able to like keep around, and that was on his own merit and his other executive
Hmm.
producer's merit, rather than under the Cash Money umbrella.
Nah, I mean, I think you on to something, bro. I think I really do. I think you on to something because at the end of the day, this is a crazy fall off.
Hmm.
This is an insane fall off, and I just don't understand how we get here. You know what I'm saying? Like, how did we get here with this? Um, I'm I'm curious to see if how he takes the criticism and the backlash of social media.
Yeah,
Uh, and I wonder if he'll be open to doing like I feel like he could save this by doing remixes. Like if he does remixes to all of these, I think he can save it.
okay,
Now, will he?
probably not.
That's the question because
Yeah, probably
yeah,
not.
you know what I'm saying? Like that's the real question right there because like that Black Masses mix that he did on fucking on Twitter is fire. I'm not gonna lie, that Mutt mix is some shit. So if y'all ain't heard that shit on Twitter, go listen to it
Matter of
and
fact, let me
it'll
let
give
me
you
do it.
yeah. Hold on, let me link it in the chat. Let's see, where is it? X.com. I'm actually call it X because Elon was going crazy. Where's that shit at? I had just retweeted it. Oh, yep, here it is right here. Copy link.
Yeah, let me
Damn, I
hear
got
that
too
joint.
many. Yep, I posted it in the
All
Twitch
right.
chat.
All right, here we go. Let me hear this.
It sounds
What
hella
up, though?
good.
All my niggas cutthroat. Cut a nigga head off. You looking like you bumbo. Smoke 'em like double Dutch. All you niggas jump rope. Syrup in the double cup. Fruit punch like knuckles. All my niggas up, though. Bands on bands in my pants. That's a drum roll. Elephant memory, but I can't remember her, though. All my bitches buck rope. Monkey on the back like Michael Jackson and bubbles. Monkey on the track and I'ma have to go Dumbo. They gon' go uh-oh. Elephant in the room, but I came straight out the jungle. Got some fucking jumbo. Big face hundos. A bitch got an elephant booty, not a front rows. It's that gas mask face, ashtray, gun smoke. Niggas with the mad face, smash face, snub nose. I ain't snuffing left against, but you could get snuffed though. The gun go. Talking legit is irrelevant. You niggas just peanuts to an elephant.
Yeah, I mean, I mess with that. I'll mess with that a lot more. Yeah, yeah, I'm rolling with it. It's shame though. Like I wouldn't think that "Butt" of all songs would actually work with this.
My job.
I think it's okay. I think it's
Yeah, and
okay.
that's what I told you. I told that the difference a beat makes is crazy.
So, like, listen to this, chat. Listen to this, bro. If y'all ain't heard this already.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm about to fire on niggas, bro. I'm about to go beat somebody up, niggas. Like who the you like I just wanna know. I have to know. I have to know what was made first. I need to like for my mental health,
Uh,
I need to know what was made first. Because if this nigga heard that beat and was like, I'm finna write to this, I swear to God, I'm about to lose a lot of respect for this man. But if he was like, yo, I got this, I want to rap you this verse I wrote, and that man went in that fucking and opened up his door, and that's what he made, and was like, oh, Wayne gonna love it when he hear these elephant noises. I swear to God, bro. I swear to God, I'm gonna write a petition that we ban Hamilton
for rap
and all
period.
proceeds. Like matter of fact, we dollar that he makes from Hamilton need to go to Lil Wayne for trauma, bro.
Oh my
At this
god,
point,
bro. Yeah, distress, pain and suffering.
we need a class action lawsuit for everybody who had to listen to the original version of that song, bro. I need that because ain't no fucking way, bro.
Oh my god. Like, hold on, man. I'm about to, cause I don't think people actually look. I'm about to screenshot this and I'm about to share it. I'm like, bro, do y'all fucking know that that Lin-Manuel did this damn song, bro? Actually,
Oh
never. I
my
already
god,
did it. I
bro.
already did it. That should have blew up.
Never
I'm
mind.
like, please tell me it's ain't true,
But
bro. Like, y'all fucking, like, really, bro? Like, that's just terrible. I don't
better.
understand, man.
That shit was so bad, bro. Oh my god. Oh, the new Predator is out. Oh, I gotta go watch that.
All right, but yeah, overall, chat, Quarter 6 was not good, and I'm going to just hope and pray that like this doesn't destroy Lil Wayne's legacy. You know, the internet is pretty ruthless, or everybody talking about the damn album right now. I understand and recognize what Lil Wayne was, and I have already come to terms with what Lil Wayne is now, and I do want him to just at this point just do features. And if you want to put out another mixtape that you rapping on other people's beats, go for it. But doing your own stuff, I think that Birdman and Slim and whatever camp that they had gave you better production. And I think by yourself, you unfortunately just don't have that star power behind you. You probably could get it, but I just think that those relationships you haven't developed. I'm rolling with that because I can pretty much see like where the fall off began. And when you started executive producing things yourself and the type of production that you started getting right after that breakup. So that's what I'm rolling with. That's my
I'm gonna
theory.
wear that tomorrow.
You said we need new generation of
Honestly,
stars.
I'm gonna say what it is because I don't even think it's just the star power. Because if you think about it, like a lot of beats to the songs that we love, a lot of them be coming off B stars, and there's hella talented producers out there. Not even just like to my own horn and shit, but there's hella niggas that I know that are out there that are nice, bro. Like there are some talented ass producers out there. One of my partners, Don Bailey, that nigga goes crazy, and it's like he just needs somebody who's more in tune with what sounds good now instead of what sounded good to him and what he wants to make. We need somebody to be like kind of cater his shit. Like he has to let go of the reins a little bit and let somebody be like, I don't know about that beat. I don't know if that's gonna work. Even though we know who you are, people like you're not the same. People ain't holding you to that same mystique that they did in 2010. Like you can't just put out whatever and people's gonna buy it. Because even with Rebirth, that shit didn't really work. Like motherfucker, I mean, maybe the white people loved it, and maybe that's what it is. Maybe this ain't for us. You know what I'm saying?
But that would be terrible.
For us.
I'm not fully rolling with that because, well, okay, maybe a little bit because I would need to know exactly what he was trying to get out of this. Like, is this the album that is this the album that you're trying to get to the Super Bowl with? Because if so, then maybe I'm kind of rolling with what you're saying. Like, maybe you are trying to get on the white people's side. But if you're just trying to prove, like, hey, man, all right, y'all been waiting on the Carter for a while. I'm finally going to come out with the Carter 6. I'm doing all this marketing now. I want to prove that I still got it. And you're still trying to cater to the fan that you had of yesteryear. Then you have completely failed. Then you have lost us. So I don't know. Maybe I need to know what the motive was here. Like you trying to prove that you still got it, or you trying to cater to another type of audience, another demo, so that you can potentially still get that Super Bowl now. I don't know.
And that's what it really comes down to, bro. We just gotta figure. Like I just need to know what the thought process was behind it and what the goal was, because this to me, it sounds like some rushed I want them to love me again type shit. Is either that or seeing how like, because I feel like Wayne ain't that stupid to where he knows what we like, bro. Like he knows what we want from old Wayne, because every time old Wayne pop up, we say, there go that old Wayne that we all been wanting. So for him to go completely left from that is where I get confused at, because it's like I feel like he kind of he took a step back from what we wanted and went a whole different direction with it. And now we just kind of like everybody's confused. Everybody's like, "What the fuck is this, bro?" Like,
Yeah, for real.
I don't know, dog.
I find it
I don't know, man.
to end this off. I wouldn't look at these comments. I didn't know people been commenting on GN. This was 3 years ago. This person said this finna be hard as fuck.
What?
Like I can't wait, Tucci. Somebody said I need this hype. And
I
then,
wish you could comment on the comments, bro.
right? And then when you get down here 20 hours ago, this album is bad. This person got a dying rose.
Oh shit.
Oh man. So yeah, 12 hours ago, probably the worst shit I have ever heard. That's a shame, Lil Wayne. You disrespected all your fans.
I mean, yeah, bro.
And then finally, this person, I listen, would not recommend, beats are trash, and rapping is 6 out of 10.
Damn, that's harsh, but I'm not even mad at it, honestly.
Man,
I'm not mad at it at all.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, people are very critical about this album, and like I said, I didn't think I would ever see that come, especially after. Did you remember the Defenders last year and leading up to the Super Bowl? They were defending a mess out of Wayne, bro. Oh my goodness! Like, I thought that he couldn't do any wrong the way that people were defending Wayne during that whole Kendrick Super Bowl debacle. I was like, oh my goodness. I didn't think y'all thought so highly of Wayne, to this point where y'all, got the shields and the swords out. But now we get to this point, the Carter 6 came out and people changed their tune. They act like they ain't say half the stuff they said last year.
And they all said it. We got you motherfuckers on tape.
Yep.
We got you motherfuckers. With fucking 4K. Y'all are not slick.
I'm like,
try and backtrack if all you want.
I'm like, and people were thinking that, hey, this was going to be the thing that like gonna be a haha, I got your moment. He should have been in the Super Bowl. I don't think anybody has that thought now. And if you do, you're still being completely delusional. Because I don't think anybody would defend this and be like, yeah, man, this gonna get him to the Super Bowl now. Yeah, this is a great album. No. Y'all still gonna be going off a legacy. I had somebody else in my chat, in the group chat. One of my day zeros is a huge, like that's his favorite rapper. You can't tell him nothing. Wayne is his GOAT. And he's still trying to defend it, bro. And we like, nah, dog. Like, I'm sorry. There's no way that you think this album is good. I'm like, we had to try to get him out of delusion because he just swore up and down that this album was not bad. He like, it ain't that bad. I'm like, okay, name the song that you like, bro.
Bad.
Name the songs that you like, because I see a hell of people naming only 2 or 3 songs out of this album that they like. And then one of my other homies, he was trying to compare Carter 5 to Carter 6, and he was like, nobody talking about Carter 5 either. And he was like, and then the person who said that, he was like, name 5 songs off of the Carter 5 that you enjoy. And he named like hella songs. And then my other homie came back, he was like, man, didn't nobody talk about them damn songs. And he was kind of right. I was like, well, I'm like, nobody talks about the Carter 5, bro. I'm like, I'm sorry. Nobody talks about the Carter 5. Everybody talks about the Carter, talks about 1, 2, and 3. They barely talk about 4. You don't talk about 5 at all. And after this, nobody gonna be talking about 6. After they get all that memes off, nobody gonna be talking about the damn album.
Nobody, bro. Like for real life, nobody. And the problem is that like it's bad, bro. It's a bad album. Like it hurts me to say that, but that's what it is. It's a bad album, man.
Yeah.
It's not. There's little to no redeeming qualities about this album.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate. Curry's is actually kind of nice looking. I might have to grab him. It's unfortunate, but I don't know, man. I think Wayne, like, I think we agree. He should just stick to being a feature artist and kind of like and phase out, like bow out gracefully, bro. Like you don't have to go out rapping. Like you could go out casually. You can go out embracing the newer generation. You can go out, you know what I mean, go do some interviews and just sit down and chop it up. Like, but the problem is that I don't know. His personality is fucking him up, to be real.
Yeah, I agree with that
because
too.
he don't interview well.
Right.
He don't talk well. Like he don't. he's a very bright person to an extent, but he just doesn't have a way of formulating that at all. Like, it's pretty bad actually. Like, his fucking interviews are terrible. Terrible, bro. He can't give us analysis. All he can really do is, and he looked like he always on drugs, bro. So it's like,
Yeah.
damn, my nigga.
This man be lying. He be saying he don't know about nothing. Like, this man, I don't know what he be doing in his like daily life, but the way he be talking, it sound like he don't even go outside. The stuff they be asking him, that he like, oh, I ain't never heard of this. I don't know about that. I'm like, bro, what do you be doing? That's why I make it seem like he just fried. His brain is just fried.
Yeah, for real, it low key is, man. I ain't even gonna lie.
And it's like, it sucks, man, because again,
Like,
it's a lot of people's goat. You know, the people truly hung on to the best rapper alive moniker as soon as he started saying that in the Carter 2. And then he went out and proved it, because nobody could touch that nigga, you know, at that point.
that nigga was on one for a good couple years, man. It was Lil Wayne and Move the Fuck Out the Way. If you had a great beat, nigga, you better have went crazy to where he kept your verse on that beat.
Yep.
Otherwise, that's now Wayne's song, nigga. Like,
Yeah. In fact, he got me through my college years. Like, that whole mixtape run, that was all
oh
college for
God,
me, bro.
That was like high school and like the end of high school, college. So like, because I think the Carter 1 came out in 06 or 05, 06. So that was like me going into high school.
Yeah, yep, 04, yep, Carter, yep, 04.
Oh, so that was middle school for me. I just graduated middle school, damn near.
And let's see, dedication started at 05, and then
Dedication,
Carter 2 came out 05. So yeah, man, 05, yeah, leading into
2006 or
facts,
Dedication 2
man.
was 2006.
Yeah, yep, 06, yep.
That got me through the summer, boy.
I swear, as soon as I touched college, bro, everybody was talking about Dedication 2. I said, no, let me go ahead and download that joint. Let me go ahead and download that joint, bro.
That Working Them came on. Oh my God, boy. That was, I swear to God, when that shit came out, you could hear Working Them everywhere you went in the Bay Area, nigga. All you heard was niggas and scrapers with 215s, and you just hear a nigga saying, that's why your bitch want a real nigga like me. And that's all you would hear throughout the city. Like, all day. Bruh, that shit was so, like, at that point in time, Wayne had the world in his palm, bro.
For sure.
Like, man, it sucks to see our goats going out like this. It's like, this is what people who grew up with LeBron, you know what I mean, is probably gonna feel like in a little bit, or like, this is what it felt like to watch Jordan play for the Wizards. This is what it probably felt like, you know what I mean, for the real Shaq fans to see him on the Celtics. Like, it just don't feel right. Like, me as a T-Mac fan, this is like when he was on Detroit and the Spurs and shit, and it was like, damn, bro, it's the end of your career, my nigga.
Right, like, you done, bro.
Yeah,
like,
you out of here, dog. Like, Vince Carter on the Hawks type shit. Like, this is just like, this.
I got one more in me, but it's like, but do we want one more? Like,
yeah, dude, we don't want one more, bro. Just sit down.
Yeah,
like,
hang it up.
You ain't even dunking in the game no more, nigga. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, man.
It's tragic, bro. But I mean, the good thing is that there is a lot more music out there. There's a lot of good music that has been coming out. We did get, you know, the Joey Badass versus the West, where he washed. And you know what? Let me go out here. Let me talk about that real quick.
Okay.
It wasn't Joey Badass versus the West. It was Joey Badass versus LA. Let's get that clear.
Okay.
They had nothing to do with it, even though I wish it would have been more like, since nobody else from New York jumped out the window, it made us look bad. But I wish more people would have jumped out the window, so then that way the Bay Area could have got, because that was an opportunity for everybody to show their prowess off. Like, I wish a nigga like Simba would have gotten that motherfucker, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wish somebody like one of the spitters that we really have would have jumped out the window and really just shown their skill, because that could have been great. I wish J. Cole and some of his artists, like, I wish Jid would have jumped in it, or fucking Kaz when he did that fucking might delete later line that he did, and I was like, somebody from J. Cole camp got to get at Joey because he disrespecting everybody, my nigga. J. Cole should damn near get at Joey, but you know, if
he ain't.
do,
I don't think he ever
gonna
gonna beef with nobody else ever again.
Yeah, but that would have been the perfect time to show everybody, like, yo, like he said at the fucking what was it, the Dream Fest, Dreamville tour. He was like, nigga, that's my man's, but the rest of you niggas, I don't fuck with. Like, don't get it twisted. That was a time to show the rest of you niggas got me fucked up, because Joey could have been the rest of you niggas. So
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I love that competitive hip hop is back. I love that battling is back, niggas showcasing the skill, because this, to me, it, like, a lot of people don't equate music and sports, but to me, they go hand in hand, because I look at them both like art forms, and honestly, this to me, what just happened with Joey and them is like what's about to happen with Mike Beasley and fucking Lance Stevenson. I'm about to be tuned in when that one-on-one happened, bro.
apparently it already happened.
Yeah, well, they gon' show it.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh man, I was like looking forward to that. I was like, wait a minute, it happened.
Yeah, I need that. I'm locked in, bro. I'm locked in when I see that footage, dog.
Yeah, because I want to see more of that happen for sure.
Because I would love to see, like, can you imagine if we get like a Joe Johnson versus Jamal Crawford one-on-one, like more of those old players that we knew was nice back then, but the kids don't necessarily know how nice they was, and we could kind of get that shit rolling. It damn near go alongside the big three, to be honest with you.
Yeah, like
if I was Cube, I would do that.
Like, get the one-on-ones popping too. Yeah, going to capitalize on it.
Exactly. Might as well. He might as well, bro. Like, it's there. Niggas travel, do the one-on-ones. You could do it. All right, we got the YouTubers playing. You could damn near build it like a boxing fight.
Yeah.
YouTubers on the undercard, and then we got the NBA vets or all NBA stars on the main title fight. Shit.
Yeah.
Cube, if you go with that idea, me and JG need 50. That's all I'm saying, bro. We just want our percentage. That's it.
Yeah, just going to capitalize.
You know, for real.
But yeah, no, this was a great conversation. Yeah, I'm hoping that Wayne does take the criticism like to heart and understand that, like, all right, man, maybe I need to change up some things. And yeah, just catch up. Like you said, you don't have to like stop making projects, but I think we need to take a little bit more like care and dedication to it if you're going to continue. But in my opinion, I think you should stay like a legacy artist and just hop on features and then just kill everybody on the feature and then just leave it at that. Or do mixtape. Just start doing there, but just keep rapping on everybody else's beats.
I agree wholeheartedly. Honestly, I feel like mixtapes need to make a comeback. Like, we gotta find a way for mixtapes to make a comeback somehow, some way, bro. Because like that Jackin' for Beats era was so fire, bro. Because it wasn't just Wayne. Like, you had Jadakiss, you had Fabulous, you had all these guys who could really rap on other people's beats going crazy. And I just like, because there's so many different beats that are so good and they're wasted, especially nowadays, on people who aren't really that good of rappers. I would love to hear some people that we know could really rap on some of these beats, besides when they go to fucking the radio station and they got to kick a couple freestyles that they done already read down. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah, for sure. I agree. But yeah, man, great conversation for sure. But I'm about to get on this Liza P. I am excited. Liza JG.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch you struggle.
Liza JG, we ready, baby? We ready. All right, AB. I'll holler at you, bro. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Always, brother.